Hey guys, welcome to this video. Now in this video, I'll be talking about secure deposit and what happens to your CD upon approaching its maturity date. Now this video was actually inspired by a subscriber of mine that asked a question about what happens to a CD upon maturity, and I'm going to pull up the question on the screen now. Now I often like when people ask questions like this because it helps to answer the questions that some other people might be having and I might not have thought about, and that's why I always encourage you guys as my subscribers and viewers to ask questions like this, because no question is too small for us to answer. That's the purpose of a channel like this, to learn and to become knowledgeable. Now obviously I do not know everything, and by you asking some of these questions, it actually makes me more knowledgeable and also makes me make videos like this that would help other people. So kindly engage with me by commenting in this comment section below and leaving your thoughts or confusions in the comment section below, because that will help to educate other people and also help to improve my knowledge. Now if you're new to my channel, thanks for joining me. Now on my channel I talk about saving money and investing money and how we can create passive income through the money we've worked hard for. So if you're interested in subjects like that, kindly subscribe to the channel. Also, if you have questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you find value in this video, kindly give this video a thumbs up. So what I have in my hands right now is actually Certificate Maturity Notice, CMN. This Certificate Maturity Notice is used to notify investors about their secure deposit, which is approaching its maturity date. Now, if you are not familiar with what a secure deposit is, kindly check out this video about what secure deposit is. I've made this video a while ago, but it's still very relevant and I believe you'll find some value in it. Now, the secure deposit that I currently have will be up by the end of this month. I have had this secure deposit for over 2 years, and this month is when it gets to maturity date. Now, what happens is this. By giving me this certificate maturity notice, I have to answer a couple of questions. The first thing is, what do I want to do with the money? Do I want to renew for another 2 years, or do I want to take my money and transfer it to a different bank account? Now, if I do not respond to this, well, it automatically renew for another 2 years at the current rate. Now, secure deposits are not really a fancy thing for most investors nowadays. It used to be back in the days when interest rates were like 10%, 12%, and so on. And this was like in the 70s, 80s, when interest rates were very high. However, the current interest rates are so low that investors are not attracted to secure deposits anymore. We all know the advantages of secure deposit, especially if we can find the good ones that are paying good interest rates, because we know that if we put our money into a CD, the chances of it going down is very low. It doesn't go down actually. What happens is that you are actually guaranteed your returns over the time because you get consistent interest on your money. So the question is this: what do I want to do with the current one that is going to be up at the end of this month? Do I want to take my money out, or do I want to renew for the next 2 years? And that is exactly why they've sent me this maturity notice. So here's what I need to do. First of all, before I choose to renew or withdraw my money, I need to figure out what interest rate I'll be getting on this money. So the current certificate rate that I hold is about 2.05%, and the annual percentage yield is 2.07%. And that obviously includes the compounded rate. Now, as we know that the Feds have reduced interest rates most recently due to all these issues that we're experiencing in the economy. Now, the question is, am I going to be getting something better than this rate or something lower? Now, if I'm going to be getting anything less than 2%, I don't think it is wise for me to keep that money in a CD. Why? Because inflation will keep rising. And if that keeps rising, that means the value of my money in return will be actually lower. So I would rather do two things. If I do not get anything at 2%, then I would have to take my money out. But if I get something better than 2%, then I'll actually keep this renewal. Now, how do I find this out? Now, I need to make a phone call and find out what that rate is going to be. So I just got on the phone trying to speak to someone based on instructions on the CMN, but I couldn't speak to anybody. I guess they have limited staffing capabilities at the moment, and that's probably just due to the condition we're experiencing. But I was able to find the same information online, and well, kind of a bit disappointed because they're offering up to 1.76. Because of the current balance that I have, I would only get between 1.31 to 1.36, which is very low. So the question is, what am I going to be doing now? Well, like I said, I have a couple of options. The first option is probably to renew, which isn't an option anymore because the rate that they're offering is very low. I will have to choose an option to deposit the account into my regular account with them, and then I have to use the funds to invest in something else that I find value in. But I'm going to be making a video about that when the time comes. But for now, my plan is to just take that money and put it into a regular savings account, which I would then use that money for something else. This is one of the risks that I face, because if I choose to renew the current balance that I have upon maturity and I renew it for another 2 years, I'll be locked in for that 2 years, which means the Fed if they increase rates, I would be locked at a very lower rate, which is why I talked about certificate ladders. If you want to check that video, you can check it out above, and the benefits of having a ladder. But in this case, I don't even want to do a ladder because, again, even if they increase the rates, they will gradually increase it over time, which means no matter what rate I would get, I won't get up to 2% anymore. We already know that the inflation rate is about 2%. So if I'm not getting at least 2%, I won't be renewing that. So I don't think this would be a bad move, especially if I can put my money into something else that I find value in. Well, I hope I've been able to answer most of your questions in regards to a renewal of a CD upon maturity. Like I said, I've already gone over how to send you a CMN and also what options you may have, and definitely you considering the options you have based on the current rate you may get. And if you're going to be getting something lower than 2%, well, in my opinion, I believe I'm able to invest my money in something else that will be able to yield more returns. I hope that you found value in this video, and if you have, kindly give this video a thumbs up and leave your comment or questions in the comment section below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel because it definitely helps us to keep growing, help us to become more knowledgeable, and it helps to make a better community. I hope to see you in my next video, and take care. So what I have here is actually